Hi guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. If you clicked on this video, you're probably curious to know what I'm talking about. I don't know why I thought about doing this. I don't know, it just like popped up into my head yesterday. But we're gonna be talking about things that people should be talking about more. And I feel kind of nervous filming this video because I feel like a lot of the things I'm going to talk about are like super controversial, and people are probably going to like come for my head and say, you know, like, I don't know, people just always have an opinion about things, and I just feel like these things that I'm about to talk about are not talked about enough, and they need to be. So if you guys are interested to see what the I'm talking about, then just keep watching. Okay, so let me just introduce myself real quick. My name is Harmony. I'm 24 years old, and I'm just a regular schmegular girl. I live in San Diego, and I have an amazing son named Elijah, and I'm a single mom to him. I am a freelance makeup artist, and I make YouTube videos. So that's a little bit about me, just so you guys know who you're watching. So the first thing that we're going to be talking about that people need to be talking about more is suicide. So this is such a controversial word. I feel like people don't like talking about it. They don't like talking about suicide. They don't like talking about the facts about suicide. So September 10th was National Suicide Awareness Day. I lost my uncle to suicide when I was 10 years old. Now, I've talked about this plenty of times on my channel before. If you guys know me, then you guys know this. I'm very, very open about it. And I started going to a suicide loss survivor support group last year. And I feel like it has helped me so much just learn more about suicide and all that stuff. And it's helped me connect with people that have also lost someone through suicide, which are so many people. So if you have lost somebody through suicide, I'm so sorry for your loss, because it is one of the hardest things that I've ever had to deal with in my life. My situation, I feel like, is a lot different. I don't talk about this a lot, but my uncle's reasoning for taking his life was because he was really, really sick and he was dying, and he felt like that was the way out for him because he was in so much pain, he was suffering so much. So my uncle's suicide wasn't related to mental health, depression, all of that stuff. I mean, I'm sure he did have some sort of depression because he was dying and he had a terminal illness and it was taking his life, and he decided to take his own life. The fact of the matter is that suicide is real, and people are going through things in life that make them want to commit suicide. People, I feel like a lot of times feel like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. Like the situation that they're in currently right now is the end. Like it's not going to get better. Things are not going to get better. And I feel like we've all felt that before at one point of our life. We feel like whatever we're going through is just so hard and that we're never going to get through it. Like a breakup, for example. Sometimes you go through a really bad breakup and you just feel like you're never going to feel okay again. But in life, there's always going to be things that are hard that make you feel like that, but you have to push through. You have to really try to make yourself feel better. So my point is that it's okay to talk about suicide, and if you have any thoughts of suicide, just know that there's help out there for you, and there are people who care. And don't ever feel like you're alone or that, you know, you're embarrassed to talk about it, because it's real and it should be talked about more. And people need to be more educated about the situation of suicide. So number 2 is depression. And this ties into suicide. A lot of times when people take their life, it's because they're depressed. However, I feel like there are different levels to depression. I feel like there are people who are depressed. They're depressed all the time. And I feel like there's also people who go through feelings of feeling depressed in their life. So for example, if someone's parent or sibling or someone really close to them dies, a lot of times people will fall into a depression for, you know, a little bit of time, and that is normal. A lot of times things happen in our life that make us feel depressed. That doesn't mean that you are depressed. And I personally am against medication. I know that it's helped a lot of people, and I know that a lot of people need the medication to feel okay, but personally I'm against it. I don't know, I just feel like for me there are other ways for me to feel better. Like, for example, things that I like to do is I like to journal a lot. I like to go to the beach. I like to do yoga. I like to go to the gym. Like, things like that help me when I'm feeling low, when I'm feeling sad, because everybody has days where they're not feeling good. It's okay to not be okay. And I feel like a lot of times people think if they hear the word depressed and they automatically just label people, and it's okay to feel sad sometimes. And just because you are feeling depressed or you're feeling sad, it does not define who you are, and it does not mean that you're going to feel like that forever. It's okay, but it's not okay to not do anything about it. So like I said, if you're feeling like this, make sure you are doing something to fix it. Talk to people, talk to your friends, talk to your family, or get a therapist. And that brings me into my next thing that people need to talk about more is therapy. I feel like therapy is made to like sound like this terrible thing. Like, if you go to therapy, then you're not strong. If you go to therapy, then there's something wrong with you. But that's not true, and I feel like everybody could benefit from therapy. So I recently just found a therapist that I love. I just started seeing her yesterday, and I can already tell that we have like this connection that I just feel comfortable talking to her about everything going on in my life that I need to talk about. Because sometimes I don't want to tell all my friends exactly how I'm feeling, because sometimes it's a lot and it's not fair to pour that out onto other people, especially, you know, people who really don't understand. And therapists are there to kind of put you in your place and make you realize things that maybe your friends won't realize, because your friends and your family are going to be biased about how they feel, because obviously they love you and they care about you. Not that your therapist doesn't, but you know what I mean? Like, your family has a different connection with you than a stranger is going to have. Obviously, you need to build a connection with your therapist. I feel like a lot of times people will go to therapy, they'll have a therapist that they don't like at all, and then they'll just give up and say, oh, it didn't work for me. But the truth is, you have to try to find the right therapist, and I think that is so important to do. And I saw 4 therapists before I found the one that I like. And the last therapist I saw was a guy, and I just did not feel like we were connecting. I didn't feel like what he was telling me, like after the session, I didn't feel better. And I feel like with therapy, it's important to feel like you got something out of it. Just like with school or something, you know, like, you don't want to go to school for 2 years and then feel like you got nothing out of it. That's not the point of school. The point of school is to learn something. The point of therapy is to help you. And the more you put into it, the more you get out. So it's important that when you're going to therapy, you're really talking and letting out how you feel, and just making sure that you're getting the help that you're going for, you know, because it's not cheap, it's expensive. And I'm lucky that my insurance covers most of it, but a lot of people aren't, and a lot of people are paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars for therapy, but I honestly feel like it's so worth it. But people need to talk about it more. Therapy should not be something that is like looked at as a bad thing or makes you weak. Going to therapy actually is a really good thing, and it means that you're strong because you're facing your problems. That's one of the biggest qualities of someone who is strong, is someone who can face their problems. And sometimes when you go to therapy, you realize things about yourself that you may not have realized if you weren't going. So I highly, highly recommend therapy for anybody going through anything in your life, because it just helps you. Even if you're not going through something right now, there might be things that happen in your life that you might need therapy for in the future. And I know that once my son is old enough, I want to put him in therapy just for everything that's happened with me and his dad. I want to make sure that he is good and that he has someone to talk to about the situations. So I 100% am on board with therapy, and I truly, truly wish and hope that people start talking about it more. So the 4th thing is parenting. I feel like people don't talk about the struggles of parenting, everything that you go through when you become a parent, and it's hard. I'm not even gonna lie, being a parent is hard. because you just want to be the best parent that you can be. And I feel like a lot of times as moms, I mean, let me know if you guys agree with me if you're a mom, but I feel like a lot of times you constantly beat yourself up, like, am I doing good enough? Am I doing okay? Am I making the right decisions for my child? Because you just want what's best for them, and it's hard. There's no manual for being a parent, and I feel like the struggles that we face as parents need to be talked about more. And everybody has different struggles. Like for me, one of the struggles that I face is co-parenting with my son's dad. It's hard. It's not easy, especially when, you know, you're dealing with somebody who isn't willing to co-parent with you. It's hard. So I feel like a lot of times people don't talk about the struggles that you face as a parent, and it definitely should be talked about more. I feel like a lot of times people mom shame a lot of moms, you know, for going out, and I don't really feel like dad shaming is a thing. Like I don't know, I mean, I might be wrong, I might be biased just because I'm a female, but I feel like moms get the short end of the stick when it comes to being a parent, because I feel like a lot of times people just think that once you have a kid, your life is over and you don't deserve to go out, you don't deserve to have fun, you don't deserve to have a night off. And I just think that that's so wrong, because you lose yourself a lot when you have a child, and people don't really talk about that a lot. And sometimes you forget what it feels like to even be a human. It's okay to be yourself when you have a kid, and you should never forget about yourself, and I feel like a lot of people do. The next thing that I feel like people need to talk about more is surgery. Now, surgery is such a personal thing. It's such a personal decision. And by surgery, I don't mean like heart surgery. I mean like cosmetic surgery. There are a couple of things that I want to get done in the future. I want to get my boobs done. That's like the first thing that I want to get done. It's just something that I want. I breastfed my son for 2 years, and I hate my boobs. Like I just do. Like I look at myself in the mirror naked and I just cringe because I hate them. Like I'm so insecure about them. I don't like them, and I just feel like they're just so ugly, and I'm not getting them so that I can have big boobs and I can just be like, oh my god, like look at my boobies. Like I want them for myself because I want to feel good about myself, and I don't feel good about myself right now. Right now I'm currently pregnant. I'm a surrogate, if you guys don't know that. If you guys are interested in following that journey, I will have that playlist linked down below. But my boobs have gotten so big and I hate them. Like I just like I don't know, I just want like a nice set of like B cup boobs. And now they're huge, so I don't even know if I'm gonna need implants or if I just get a lift. Like I don't really care. I don't need big boobs. I just want them to look nice and not saggy. It's just, you know. And then also I would also get my teeth done. I know a lot of people are probably like, what the f, but like I hate my teeth. I'm super insecure about them, and it's just something that I'm personally insecure about. I would never get my nose done. I would never get my butt done. I would never, you know, like those things like that, like I personally would never get done. But I also don't think that people should be ashamed if they do get work done, because who cares? It's your body, it's your life, and what you do with your body is no one else's business. So I feel like with social media, people feel entitled to know everyone else's business. In reality, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Like surgery should not be that big of a deal, and I feel like a lot of times when people are hating on people who get surgery, it's because they're mad because they can't afford to get it done. So that's just my opinion, and I feel like people should be able to talk about it more. Okay, and the last one is toxic people. Toxic relationships, toxic friendships. In general, I feel like people don't really talk about this a lot, but I feel like a lot of times in your life, the people who are closest to you are the most toxic. And I think it's so important to kind of really evaluate who's in your life, why they're in your life, and if they should be in your life, because there's sometimes people that are closest to you don't want to see you win. They don't want to see you successful. They don't believe in you. They don't give you motivation. I try to only surround myself with people who encourage me. I try to only surround myself with people who believe in me. But yeah, I just feel like people need to embrace the fact that there are toxic people in your life and there are people who don't want to see you succeed, and it's okay to cut those people out. I think that's all I wanted to say with that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want to start doing more like motivational videos because they've helped me so much this year, and I want to help other people as well. So if you guys like this video, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and let me know what other videos you guys would like to see from me next. If this video helped you in any way, please comment down below and let me know how it helped you. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.